Ever heard of Tails' Adventure for the Game Gear? Sonic's sidekick rarely if ever got his own game, apart from being relegated to educational and kids-like devices like the Sega Pico. Both Luigi and Tails were stuck with that genre, but this game, unlike say Mario is Missing, is not actually edutainment, though it's incredibly easy. Honestly, I don't even know how I came to own this cartridge. I don't remember seeing any Game Gear games, let alone the console, in shops, so I'm not sure how we even managed to get hold of one in the first place. All I remember is playing it in my father's office when I went to work with him during one summer. The gameplay is a mix of platforming and exploration. I'd compare it to something like Quack Attack or Metroid in the sense that you start off with a small level to traverse, but as you find new equipment, you're able to gain more access to more parts of each level, leading to more equipment and new areas to explore. It also changes up from the regular platforming to using a submarine and an airship later once you find the necessary parts, so there is some variety in the gameplay throughout. For a Game Gear game, all the characters and the levels do look really good considering the platform. I don't know why, but I find the duck enemies absolutely hilarious, especially the tiny little ones that try and fight you. The underwater and airship levels are pretty well done, although water in normal levels doesn't look particularly good. Tails even has some great idle animations as well, and some of them to be honest are pretty cute. Though the cutest thing by far is when he operates the remote robot, where he's just kind of stood there, operating the levers up and down. Levels range from forests, caves and bases for the Duck Empire, some far bigger than others and more expansive. Each stage has its own theme music as well, and whilst I like the sound of them, the Game Gear doesn't exactly have the best sound chip. Same goes for the sound effects, they're there but they're not exactly anything to shout about. This game doesn't take too long to get through. Mostly you'll come across the items you need naturally and you'll have to experiment anyway to progress through the levels. It is a pain that to select different equipped items you have to pause and cycle through to what you want, but it's not a deal breaker. What is a pain is finding an item needed to advance in the current stage when you already have the max equipment load of 4, meaning you have to exit the stage, go back to Tails' house to equip it, start a stage again, and then get back to where you were. It doesn't take long, but it can be tedious. Bosses, while limited, don't require much strategy whatsoever. You essentially just keep throwing bombs at them or just fly above them and bomb them from above. Same goes for most enemies. If you can see them on the screen, you can take them out from a distance, so nothing really poses a threat in this game. The actual stages themselves pose more of a threat, with hazards like spikes and lava causing more deaths than necessary. You do only get one life though, but it's not the end of the world because there's a password system in place, so you can always pick up from where you left off. Overall, for a game I'm sure many haven't even played, let alone heard of, I'd recommend a playthrough at least once. It's quite relaxing due to the low challenge and slower pace compared to a regular Sonic game. If you're looking for something to complete in a few hours and for some random reason you've chosen the Game Gear as your gaming platform, then I'd highly recommend it. Though if you don't own it, then I probably wouldn't suggest buying it, judging from the eBay prices I've looked up recently. But to be honest, it is a fun game even if it's quite short, and compared to those Luigi games where you're just trying to learn about Rome or history, this actually has a game in it. Anyways, that's it from me. I've been Tom from VictoryBraze Gaming. Thank you for watching and have a great gaming day.